Let's take you out to Everett. Fairly calm seas out there. You can call those seas, really. The skies, I don't know what to call it. There's gray, not much blue out there today, right, Jordan?
Yeah, but you can see some of that sunshine wanting to come through. So, I mean, we're getting a little bit of breaks in the clouds. You know, I'm trying to be optimistic here. Let's take a look, though, at our satellite and radar because there are several spots where we're seeing shower activity still. And I want to show you here along the Olympic Peninsula, especially up towards the north, we're seeing a good amount of precipitation. Also moving through the Strait, Discovery Bay just had a bit of a heavy downpour there. Notice, though, near the international border, Bellingham saw a good amount of moisture moving through, as well as in Mount Vernon. See that heavier precipitation moving through the Arlington area, or it already did move through, I should say. And then that extended all the way down into Everett. And I'm going to show you a video that a viewer sent in from that area. And I believe it's from that one specific area of that heavy precipitation moving through. Notice that also, that heavy shower that's pushing just south of Everett and also in between Woodinville. Definitely going to see some heavier downpours out of that. But you can see they're starting to break up a little bit more. The steadier rain is becoming a little bit more scattered now. And the winds are picking up a little bit as well. You can see Shelton winds at about 18 miles per hour out of the west-southwest, 16 in Hoquiam, 13 in Seattle, Boeing Field, and then 17 in downtown Seattle. Or I should say, basically that's opposite. You get the idea, though. We're seeing winds in the teens, but we could see gusts anywhere up to 20 and 30 miles per hour. So this was actually sent in by Marissa from a storm in Everett over Silver Lake. So thank you for sending this in. And of course, anytime you have any pictures or videos, we'd love to see it of any weather phenomena going on. And I mean, you don't see any lightning or anything associated with this, but it's just a really cool time lapse of those clouds coming in. And of course, we did see some heavier precipitation earlier this afternoon through parts of Snohomish County because of a convergence zone. So here's a look at your evening ahead. It's Fido's forecast, and this is Shaker. And I just think Shaker's like, oh, rain again. I don't want wet paws. Well, yeah, you'll be dodging those scattered showers throughout the afternoon and evening, the rest of this evening, I should say. But as we go into tomorrow, just a few leftover showers possible. Really, we're going to see fewer shower chances tomorrow and even fewer on Wednesday. Wednesday, we will start to see a change in the forecast, a change in our pattern because a ridge will begin to build in. That's going to keep us nice and dry through the end of the week, and we warm back up. Notice by the first day of summer, we'll be approaching 80 degrees. So warmer weather, drier weather is on the way, although the last couple of days we've seen a good amount of rainfall. So we'll talk more about that coming up.